Howdy. Welcome back to the top 10 albums of 1995. We continue the list with number 5, Alice in Chains by Alice in Chains, released on Halloween. Top tracks are going to be Sludge Factory, Heaven Beside You, and Again. This eponymous release goes by many names: Alice in Chains, the Dog album, Dog record, or my personal favorite, Tripod. Because, yeah. Anywho, unbeknownst to me, this particular album has been following me my entire life, and I just didn't know it. My father was a huge Alice in Chains fan, so a lot of these songs were around me growing up. Once I aged, I got my hands on this album, and it was like being teleported to little 5-year-old me all over again. Nostalgia played a great role in why I love this album so much, but that light only stays on for so long. Let's go ahead and talk about some of that light today. My name is TJ Stevens, and this is Alice in Chains. We begin with our opener, Grind. As soon as you turn the record on, your ears are immediately assaulted with this melting sound of groggy guitars, ginormous drums, and fat bass. Frontman Lane Staley's signature vocal performance is back in full force. Brooding on the verses but majestic on the choruses, they are complemented with stellar harmonies performed by guitarist Jerry Cantrell. Cantrell's guitar work are as impressive as his vocals. Many sounds from his guitar will get stuck in your ear, and it'll take you weeks to pry that sucker out. The solo on Brushed Away is a good example of that. Everything just works on Grind, and I can't think of a better way to kick off an album. What was I saying earlier about guitar riffs getting stuck in your head? Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's talk about some fatherfucking Sludge Factory. God damn, I love the way this track starts. The whole band starting together with the soothing vocals following. Drummer Sean Kinney and bassist Mike Inez do a great job accenting certain beats that give this song its punchy feel. By the way, this was the debut album for Mike Inez, as former bassist Mike Starr was fired for, ironically, addiction problems. Seeing as this was the first studio album with Mike, but the last with Lane has to feel bittersweet. Heading back to the track, Sludge Factory is a big fuck you to their label, Columbia Records, as they were forced to make another song for this album. Just as a factory that churns out meaningless sludge for consumers, this track felt very much the same. No question, if this song were made today, it would be called Slop Factory. Every time I run into these situations where an artist hates a song that they were forced to make, I always end up enjoying them. I don't know why. It sucks that art can be shoved into things like that, but I think the finished product is worth it. More times than not, and with Sludge Factory, it's definitely worth it, and I'm glad to have it. Moving on to Heaven Beside You, one of the softer tracks for this self-titled, along with the magnificent Shame in You. Heaven Beside You has amazing acoustic guitar play that provides a troubling atmosphere during the verses, but transition into this comforting ambiance for the chorus. The acoustics on here are complemented with distortion guitar that are mixed in expertly. The dynamics on this track are top fucking notch. Cantrell takes most of the vocals, as this song deals with him going through a breakup that he caused because he was being unfaithful. Like the coldest winter chill, heaven beside you, hell within. Look, we all have problems in our life, and they can be fucked up. But those problems don't make us blind to our see-through, faded, super jaded decisions that make us who we are. Hey, I ain't judging. Be who you want to be. Fun fact about myself, I like big bitches. So let's go ahead and talk about this heavy fucker right here, Again. Easily my favorite tune off of this self-titled. Again has an addicting quality for more reasons than one, but for me, it's because it's such a fucking blast to play on the drums, really all the instruments. I know Sean Kinney was having a blast while recording this beast. Lyrical website Genius describes this song as one of Lane Staley's heroin hymns, which is equal parts clever and fucked up. I imagine the high starts to take place during the solo. It really sounds like your brain is melting during that section. This song deals with Staley's struggles with addiction that plagued him his entire life. The word again and how it's used in the song resonates with me on a deep level. Definitely not on the same scale, as I haven't done heroin in my life, but I think it's safe to say that we all have vices. A lot of us have tried quitting something that wasn't good for our body, mind, or soul. Sometimes all three. The countless times I told myself, I'm gonna stop smoking cigarettes. I'm gonna stop drinking soda. Those countless times are nauseating. And what would I always do? I would start entertaining those same vices again and again and again and again and again. This track has always been a favorite of mine because of how it sounded, but now that I can see how this song affected Lane through his eyes, it makes this song all the more impactful. Speaking of impactful, let's go over our closer for the Alice in Chains self-titled, Over Now. A lot of ways to interpret this song. I see it as a swan song of sorts, a farewell to the band as they knew it at the time. As I mentioned, this was the last album for Lane Staley with Alice in Chains before his untimely death in 2002. The song starts off with a short solo from the trumpet of all things. The internet says it's a rendition of Taps, a US military bugle call. So, I guess it's a bugle, not a trumpet, huh? Either way. After that, we hear a faint good night before the track begins. Over Now is another great example of how this band are masters at dynamics. The song is constantly moving in this specific groove that ranges from soft to heavy. Apprehension dominates this track as you get the sense of an impending doom. Any type of breakup can do that to you. Professionally, romantically, platonically, it doesn't matter. Severing relationships you enjoyed for so long is always difficult. And so sudden, my goodness. In life, you will clock in, or say I love you, or have practice with your bandmates all for the very last time, and you'll have no clue. It's over now. And so is this review. That was Alice in Chains, coming in at 64 minutes, 47 seconds. A fantastic record that has only gotten better with age, which is impressive since the band wasn't going all out for this self-titled. For all intents and purposes, Alice in Chains really was just vibing on this record. There was no overarching message or agenda needing to be told. Just four dudes getting together to make some pretty kick-ass music. As a musician, that's one of the best reasons to make a record. We're good at this shit, and we fucking want to. Give yourself a tremendous treat today and rock the fuck out to this record. And when you do, you let me know where Alice in Chains would rank on your list of the top 10 albums of 1995. Would you place it higher, lower, or take it off entirely? As always, y'all let me know down below, and stay tuned.